Good morning and welcome back to Sarah's Joyful Journey. I'm Sarah Joy and we are starting week 3 of Triple B&E. All right, it is Thursday, January 9th. It's about 7 o'clock. Let me go ahead and log into my watch. It's cold. This is one of the new dresses that I got. It's the book one, but because it's cold, I put a shirt under it, just because it's sleeveless, which I technically could still wear in the office because this is that appropriate one, but it is chilly and I don't want to deal with it. So I have my jacket because the training room has been pretty cold and this will keep me warm. Then I did put on a lovely cowl. So I made this. This is out of some Cotswold wool that I spun and then wove. And as I was looking at it, I was realizing I too think that this year I want to get another rigid heddle. I haven't had one in a couple years, and just because I love my floor loom. But Matt has taken over the space for my floor loom and I don't have time to work with it. But if I got a rigid heddle, I probably could get some weaving done, possibly some knitting. We'll see. School does definitely take up all my time, but I think I want to do that. So I might end up doing that. I'm going to look into something and see what I can do with that. But in the meantime, I do need to make some breakfast and get some electrolytes. I haven't had any electrolytes in a couple days and I wondered why my legs hurt. So now I've got to get some electrolytes too. But I kept thinking, what do I want for breakfast? I just don't want eggs. I just don't want eggs this morning. So these were supposed to be for our dinner, but it's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat mine this morning. I am gonna make a nice big ribeye. The cast iron skillet is heating, so let's get started on this ribeye so that I can get going. I need to leave in an hour and I still have to read my Bible. So let's go start cooking. So here's my steak. I'm going to put some of our fancy butter on it. And now I'm going to go in and eat this and do my Bible study. And hopefully focusing on this will mean that I won't be hungry at lunchtime. So let's go get our Bible reading done. All right, so I just came in here and I was getting my steak and read my Bible, and I realized that it's rather difficult to eat my steak and read my Bible, so I'm just going to eat my steak and then I'm going to read my Bible. I talked in the last video, which for me was yesterday, that I didn't like the translation that I had. It was annoying me. It was a me issue. So I did go out and I got the same exact Bible, just in a different version. So we're going to carry on with our Bible reading with that one in just a little bit. My Bible reading for the day. That was better, that version. So I was reading an article last night and they were talking about, well, let me back up. I've been reading articles for this week's assignment because I had to do an assignment about behavioral changes in obesity and ways that you can change behavior, what behavioral changes are. And behavioral changes are often diet and lifestyle type changes. So exercise, things like that. Yes, there's an element of working on the mindset as well. But I picked something that I'm at least familiar with, because one, I know what's been told to me, and not that I didn't believe it and appreciate it, but I wanted to dive into the research for myself and find out about low carb, keto, carnivore. So I read a keto article, I read a carnivore article, and then this one is a low carb article, but it really is not quite the way that they made it seem. They call it a low energy, low carbohydrate diet. So I want to break this down on what they did this. And this is how these people ate for 12 weeks. So I'm going to share some things just to give you some thoughts. So again, it was low energy, low carb. So the participants all had BMIs over 30. So they're heavy, they're bigger. My BMI is over 30. So I would qualify for this study. I'm no longer type 2. It is in remission, but I do need to lose more weight to help keep that farther in remission. And I need to lose more weight anyway, because I'm still a very large person and I don't want to be a large person anymore. But anyway, their goal was to eat between 800 and 1,000 calories. They did have to eat a minimum of 60 grams of protein, minimal fats, which meant they really didn't want you adding fats. So the fats all had to come from what you ate. So they were allowed to eat lean meats. So think chicken breast, really lean cuts of beef, fish, and they had to have fresh veggies or salads. But again, you couldn't add any dressing or anything like that. It's in my phone, but I still remember it. But anyway, I was going over this going, that is so unsustainable. Could it be done short term? Yes. Is 12 weeks short term enough? Yes. Did I feel like this fell in line with a crash diet? I personally did. When I started looking at plugging things in to look about what that amount of food would look like, what a day could look like, it really triggered that this is a protein sparing modify fast. And everything that I know of a PSMF is that it is only supposed to be done a few days a week, 3, maybe 4 days a week, not continually every day, because it's not good for you. Because it is an extreme crash diet, and most people who crash diet do end up gaining their weight back. They even mentioned that in this study, which I thought was kind of funny. But they did say that the participants improved their glucose, they lost weight. These folks lost more weight than the ones that they put on a healthy diet. They didn't describe exactly what the healthy diet was. So in my opinion, that was kind of sort of bad research, because you defined one, but you didn't really define the other. And you're comparing that. It was a study done in the UK. So it was obviously clearly a Western diet, I would assume based on food pyramid, but I still felt that it should have been defined. So do you want to know what a day on this diet could look like to maximize your food? And I did this from my perspective on, if I were eating this diet, what would I want my day to look like? Knowing that I wanted to focus on as much protein as possible, because 60 is not enough for anyone, in my opinion. I find that 100 is bare minimum, and being older, I find I do need more protein. So I put some numbers in. So I could have 2 whole eggs, 8 ounces of chicken breast, and a pound of shrimp, and maybe 4 ounces of fresh broccoli with no butter. And that even then was 1,100 calories. So technically, I would have had to cut something. In that case, I probably would have just cut the broccoli. But that is fueled from my perception and what it is. So I got to thinking, and I don't honestly think I'm going to do this, but I'd love to hear your thoughts, to see if you think it would be a fun experiment that I could do soon. I'd have to do a lot of mental prep work. But what if I attempted this healthy diet for diabetes that is promoted through research and give it a shot? I don't know if I could do it for 12 weeks. I don't know that I would want to even do it for 8 weeks, but I could probably commit to 30 days. Yeah, so it is just something that was rather interesting. So let me know your thoughts down below on what you think about that version of a low carb diet and what is promoted in research. So as being the better diet for type 2 diabetes. So yeah. Well, I am going to go and put Ghost to bed and then get ready to fly out the door. I am going to go get some coffee this morning and get to work and do my day. And then I've got to come home. I have to pick up some groceries. I have to do a coaching session, and then I have to finish my paper. I have 2 pages left to write. I have 2 resources to go through. So yeah, I probably won't get time to do anything at work because I have like 4 hours before, or 3 hours before we have to go to class. And then class takes me up until 5 o'clock. And then I'm clocking out at 5 o'clock because there's no time for me to take a break, because I pretty much have to take a break as soon as I get to work, and I don't want to do that. So my boss said we could leave 30 minutes early to keep our hours down, and I am a-okay with that. All right, well, you guys, I will chat again with you soon. All right, it is now Friday, January 10th. It's about 7:30. I work at 10 o'clock today. I know I didn't do a video clip last night. A couple things happened. Crazy day at work. They didn't get our ability to charge cards back until probably at about 3:30. We were in class, so we didn't get to charge anything. So I'm sure today I will have quite a bit of work to do. If you hear scuffling, it's the dogs playing. Ghost is feeling much better, and he's a little rambunctious right now from being in the crate. He just got medicine, so he should be coming back down soon. But anyway, between the issues we've had at work, training, trying to get back into school, and just being autistic and life in general, I ended up massively overstimulated. I got things done. I came into the house. I knew that Matt said he hadn't done the dishes, which was fine because he hadn't been home that long anyway. But it was like my last straw. So I went, just go to bed. Just go to bed. So I got dressed, and it was 6:30 at night. I just went to bed. Closed my eyes. I didn't really sleep. I did get up at about 9 o'clock, and I read for about an hour, and then I went back to bed. Feeling a little bit better today, which is a good thing. I live a crazy life, and it catches up with me, and that's usually the way it catches up with me. I'm either going to melt down or shut down, and I kind of did both yesterday. When I got home, I usually do that when I'm in like a safe place, but I have some fantastic news to share. I ate that ribeye yesterday. So you technically saw my full day of eating. I was shocked that I was sitting in the meeting. It was about 3 o'clock. Mentally, I wanted a snack because I was like, wait, I should be getting hungry about this time. But that was a mental thing. That was definitely not a physical thing. I am hungry today. I have to take care of my complaints, and then I am going to make another ribeye because I grabbed a couple yesterday. And then tomorrow I'm off, and I'm going to be cooking up 10 pounds of ground beef, and I'm going to be hard boiling some eggs so that I can bring hard boiled eggs and ground beef to work. But the scale is trending back down, so it's doing this number. It's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But when I look at how long I've had the scale and I look out the trends over the course of the time, it it is very up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. There was a period where it was more up, but we're now trending mostly back down. But that is just weight loss in general. It's not linear. So I'm going to go take care of my plants, and then we're going to cook a ribeye, get that eaten, and I am going to get on my day. I have like an hour and 20 minutes to get stuff done. So I'm already running a little lower on time than I want, but I clearly needed the rest. So that's what I did last night. My finished ribeye. I'm gonna go ahead and put some salt on it, and then I'm gonna put some of this garlic butter on it. All right, now I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. Or my meal. It's gonna be my meal today. As you saw, I ate most of that ribeye. I put the rest away. It was a very big ribeye. It was about 1.5 pounds. So I'm impressed I ate that much. And then if I'm hungry this evening, I can finish it and that'll be good. So now I am going to go ahead and read my Bible. Okay, it is 8:45 and I'm getting ready to go get my coffee in just a few. I did read all my Bible. I did have to stop in the middle because Ghost and Piper started barking a lot, so I put Ghost in his crate. Hopefully he'll settle down. Tomorrow I might attempt to take him for a walk. I'm off tomorrow, but I have a lot of homework to do because I didn't get any homework done yesterday. And I didn't edit a video yesterday, so I kind of had to catch up a little bit tonight. My goal is to edit the video. It's normally out today. It'll probably come out today. Still, it just won't be a premiere. But it is what it is. And then tomorrow I've got to finish my paper and I got to start on week 7. And I will have at that point bought myself 2 days, additional days, which is not a bad thing. Hopefully I can keep that lead. But yeah, I'm going to drink some more water because I'm working on my hydration because I have not been great this week with that. It's definitely been a struggle. All right, well, I'm going to just finish getting ready to go to work and I will check in soon. All right, it is 4 o'clock. I was supposed to work till 6:30. I got bad news. I came home early, but I didn't come home specifically because of the bad news. It played a role in my decision to volunteer to leave. I've talked in this week that we've had problems with our stuff. So we got there this morning and we were able to charge cards, which was fantastic. So we caught up on all of that. and we were working on stuff for like the last little bits of stuff today that we needed to do, like going through the email box, booking, you know, reservation emails that come in and things like that. When we had more issues with the server, because they're still trying to fix everything, and we lost our 2 programs that we used to actually make reservations. So we couldn't look up reservations, we couldn't make reservations. The one program was allowing us to make a reservation every 10 minutes, which not good. It should not take that long. So Katie asked for volunteers to go home, and I volunteered to come home. Yeah, I'm not in a place where I want to share about what's going on more publicly, but just keep my family in prayers. It's a good way to say it. And my mom, specifically my mom. But anyway, I left one of my books, my wrapped book, at home. So I grabbed another one because I know that I want to read a book today. So I'm really hoping that this is a good one. I picked one that was not super long because I wanted something short, especially since I'm in the middle of reading that other book and it was really starting to get good too. So bad on me for leaving it at work, but I go back on Sunday, so it's not the worst thing in the world to have left my book. All right, so this was some of the new paper I got the other day, so I'm really excited about this. So let's open it up and see what we got. All right, we're gonna read this one. That's funny because I literally just got this one. And then I ordered this about a month ago and it finally came. It is a Stanley and it's laser engraved with books and plants and all kinds of things. So I love this so much. She didn't have a lot of choices in colors. Like all the ones that I would have wanted, she really didn't have. So this was my next best option. And I knew I wanted a lighter color anyway, because I wanted all the laser engraving to show up pretty well. So yeah, the only thing I'm disappointed about is I didn't read the description well enough to realize it's not a 40-ounce Stanley like I thought it was. It's a 30, but that's on me and not on her. It did make this rather expensive. I know Stanleys are expensive to begin with, and I knew paying for the customization was going to be a fee. Not saying that it wasn't reasonable, because obviously I thought it was reasonable enough to pay for it, but it makes me think twice before getting any more of these, because it was $110. And I was basing the price off of what a simple 40-ounce one would make. And these are on, the simple ones are 45. So that was serious markup. So I don't feel like I got the best value possible. I know that equipment like this to laser engrave is expensive, and that is going to be part of the cost. I get it. But at the same time, it's still, yeah. I think these ones are like 35 or 40. But even then, that's a hefty markup. So yeah, but I do love it, and I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna grab the rest of my steak from this morning that I didn't eat, and then I'm going to try and read this book. So it's not super long, which is nice. It's like 318 pages. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I will check in soon. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Just got back from Target. Like I said, it's been a rough day. So what do you do when you had a rough day? You go buy a plant. So I got a golden pothos, and pothos are my favorite, honestly. I'm really loving them. They're the plant I have most of. They're beautiful. They're easy to care for. They work really well in my house. But look at this sign. It says coffee, books, and plants. And I'm like, it's perfect. It was meant to be. And it's glass for the decorative. So I am super excited about that. So I'm going to get this baby watered and then treated for pests. Not that I think there are any, but I treat everything coming in now, just to be safe. And then what goes with my plant? Books. This one's a dark romance. This is a spicy contemporary. I opened that other one and I do want to read it, but I'm just not feeling it. And I know it's because I'm a mood reader and my mood is not great. This one sounds perfect. It's very dark. It's mafia. He's a doctor. Sounds spot on. I've been looking at that one for a while. I just hadn't got it. So I am going to take care of my plant and then I am done for the evening. I will chat with you guys again tomorrow. Good morning. It is Saturday, January 11th, I believe, and it is 8 o'clock. Ghost is feeling much better. He has been running around like a maniac already this morning. We took off his inflatable collar. We're going to see how he does. He definitely doesn't like wearing it. As long as he doesn't lick, I'm content to let him be without it because they did tell us he can't lick. And I think it's funny, depending on when and where you have a surgery like that done for your pet, determines the rules. Our vet gave us a lot of medication that I think after tonight, I am not going to give him. I just don't see the need for it. He's not acting like he's in pain or anything like that. So yeah. Okay. It is a day off for me today, in case you haven't figured that out. There's supposed to be a meetup tonight at Bubbaloo's. I am currently planning to go. Where I sit mood-wise, I don't really want to. I'll explain a little bit. No, I'm not ready to explain. Never mind. I'm not in a place where I just even really want to think about it. Yeah. I have some hard-boiled eggs going in the Instant Pot, and over here I have 10 pounds of ground beef that I need to cook up. So we're gonna do some meal prepping and get it just done and out of the way. And then I am going to go read my Bible and get my homework done. And then have to go get some groceries. I have to make banana pudding for work, not keto banana pudding. This is just regular real banana pudding. But I volunteered, so I was okay with that. It doesn't bother me. So let's get started with our ground beef. Breakfast. It's ground beef, that's butter, some hard-boiled eggs, and some butter mayo. It took like all my spoons just to cook the eggs and the ground beef, but I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna do my Bible reading, and then I've got an errand that I have to run, and then I have to finish my homework for this week. Absolutely 100% today, and then it's just going to rest as much as possible. I am just emotionally drained is the best way to say it. All right, I just finished my breakfast. I ate the beef and one egg. I'm just not hungry, which is fine. I know it's just because right now I'm just emotionally drained. And I'm out of spoons. If you don't know what the spoon theory is, definitely look it up. It's an accurate description, because while I feel like I have energy, things like that, it's not a lack of energy at this point for me. It is just definitely emotional. I'm just emotionally drained. But I still need to read my Bible, so we're going to do that next. And I have to finish up a paper, and I need to, I lost all my lead that I was trying to do. I was hoping to have my paper turned in last night, but after the news that I got about my mom's health, I couldn't do it. So today I have to get it done, and I have to at least set up for week 7 and make my plan for week 7 today. And then after that's done and I got my errands done, I'm done until I have to leave the house to go to the meetup tonight, which I really just don't want to do where I'm standing right now. I'm drained. I don't want to go like be social. If you're autistic or have social anxiety and things like that, or if you're just an introvert, you can understand where I'm coming from when you say that you just don't want to be social. It has nothing to do that I don't want to go and visit and see the people and enjoy the time and the fellowship. I do want to do that. What I really want to do at this point is just to crawl into this bed, pull the blankets over my head, and pretend the world does not exist for several days. But life moves on, and I can't do that. As you can see, Ghosty, he's over here. Come here. Come on. You want to say hi? We took his cone off. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. If I repeat myself in today's video, that's just why, because my brain is just not with it. It's spent. It wants no more input, especially after this past week was tough work-wise as well. But I will chat again with you soon. I'm back from my errand, and I've got my tablet and a notebook, and I am going to finish my paper, and then I'm going to read my book that I got last night. I'm feeling a little bit better right now. I did talk to my mom again, and wouldn't say that I'm feeling more hopeful, but I'm just feeling less emotionally drained, I guess would be a good way to say that. Sorry, I'm peeling a sticker off because I hate stickers on books. But last night, it was either eat a bunch of garbage because I was emotional or go shopping. I chose shopping and I got books and a plant. In all honesty, I came home and my nitro was not tasting good today. I don't know. So I added cream and some sugar-free peppermint. And my light just crashed. So let me go fix that, and then I'm going to do homework. All right, bit of frustration. I looked at my grade for last week. Or it was actually 2 weeks ago, but it just got graded. I got a B on it, which I'm fine with. I don't care about the grade part. It's the comment that kind of sucks. It says we were supposed to do a pain diary. I don't really experience all that much pain. So what's frustrating is that I'm being knocked for being pain-free. So, yeah, that just doesn't seem right, but it is what it is. It was only 1 point. I'm not stressed about it. So far I've missed, out of 100 points, I've missed 1.5. I'm not stressed when it comes to my grade. I'm pretty sure that I will get this. This will be a good week for the annotated bibliography, and I think the next 3 assignments, which I'm almost done with one of the 3 assignments, but I think it'll go well. But it's just, It's just kind of crappy, but it is what it is. And then she wants me to take like a pain assessment, which I did, but I don't see how it was supposed to be attached to the questionnaire. It is what it is. All right, well, time to move on with my homework and not dwell on things that I can't change. All right, let's get it done. Piper's on a kick, but letting that grade go, letting that thought go, it did spark an idea. And I wrote myself a note, and once I get my homework done, I'm probably going to do this. I can't stop her. Sorry. She's just gonna bark. But I want to do some research, which I think this is the whole point of a master's degree anyway, is that it inspires you to think, to look for research. So I want to look for what causes pain. Because if you really think about it, we in today's society treat pain as normal and commonplace. However, I don't think that that is normal. Our status quo is supposed to be pain-free. When we're having pain, that's our body telling us that something is not right. So why should we be treating things and pain as if it is normal when it is clearly not? So I'm going to find some research on what causes pain and pain being normal and when it should not be. And I'm going to have those resources in my back pocket so that if for some reason my pain diary has to be attached to my final paper, I can prove why my pain diary is pretty much empty. Because pain is not normal, and you are allowed to have any point of view you want as long as you can back it up within the research, and I think that I will be able to do that. So yeah, let's get my assignment done, and then I'll spend a little bit of time researching that so that I have that in my back pocket and ready to defend my theory or my thoughts. And so just keep that in mind too. Pain, even though we all experience it in this commonplace, is not normal. So here is Mr. Ghost. I'm still trying to work on school, and he wants all of my attention. Don't you, dude? You trying to talk to me? Yeah, I know. You want to have a conversation, don't you, bud? Yeah, but I can't give you all the attention all the time. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. He's a very vocal dude. He definitely likes to talk to me. It's not always just barking with him. He does want my engagement, and he does try to get my attention. Look at the paw. He wants all of it now because he knows I'm studying. All right. It is now almost 4 o'clock. There's my bud. See, he can't leave me alone. But I did finish my paper and got it all taken care of. I had to submit it through Turnitin pre-check like 5 times. This is a plagiarism checker. And it started out with a score of 36, which is not great. It's not awful, but it's not great. So I had to spend some time editing words. What happens is a lot of times common words will really flag it, especially if you're... common words will flag it. And then sometimes there's only so many ways to say something. So pre-check is nice because it allows me to see where the issues are and directly attack those issues and change what needs to be changed. By the time I turned it in, my similarity report was 25% instead of 36, and everything that it hit was the actual reference. And so that can't be counted against me. But as far as the body of the paper goes, there was like no like similarities inside what I was actually writing in my annotated bibliography. I just looked at week 7, feeling overwhelmed and stressed because I'm supposed to go to the RV show this weekend and we have 2-day tickets, and I asked for those 2 days off. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to go both days. I'm not deciding yet. I'm going to look at that as my week gets closer. Depends on how much I get done next week as far as the next couple days. So I'll have to see how much I can get done tomorrow. I have the 8 to 4:30 shift. I have to film the Tea Tuesday, and at the point that I'm at now, I'm feeling very stressed and very overwhelmed. And I just spent half my day working on homework. And I just don't quite know how I am supposed to be Superwoman at this point. But I did get at least my PowerPoint planned out. I know that I need to have at least one intro slide. I need to have, and then I have planned out each part. There's basically 3 parts to the assignment. What concepts are things that interest me in health psychology. So I have to do 3 of those. I've picked those 3, which is good. That's a big chunk of the work, knowing where I need to pull what research I need to pull to support those concept topics. So I need to do 5 to 6 slides for that. Then part two is my goals for school, and I had to do 3 of those as well. Wrote those down, so I picked those goals, and I need to do 5 or 6 slides for that. Then part 3 is I have to do long-term goals. She wanted at least 2, which I felt was kind of crummy because I have 1 long-term goal with my health degree. And I don't think that having just 1 goal for this degree is a bad thing. So I kind of picked one that I kind of thought of another one that's very similar to being a wellness coach, and that's being a health consultant, and that's going into companies and things like that. But I don't know that I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to attack that part of the thing saying, hey, this could be interesting. Here's more information about it, but it is not really a goal that I have. The other thing that I threw on there, and I might be able to work in better, would be like public speaking about health. But again, it's really not a goal that I have. It's not my end goal with this degree. So I kind of feel a little pigeonholed at the moment. That can change as I start going through and I start going, oh, I could do this, I could do that, things like that. So I did get at least week 7 planned for school. I have no idea when I'm going to do another health psychology vlog. I know I have ideas for it. I just don't know how to implement the time. Right now, I'm still worried on how I'm going to implement the time with Tea Tuesday and just the channel in general. And it is creating a little bit of stress, but I guess I'll get it figured out. But I did get a new book today. Well, I got some other new books today, but I ordered this one the other day. This is my February book, which I need to get on my January book for my personal growth. I got How to Be a Health Coach. This is actually a textbook. But yeah, so I got that, and I'll probably go through this in February. I'm feeling a little bit better, so I might go try to tackle some dishes and some house chores because Matt's going to be home in just a few minutes, and then we've got to get ready to head out, and I didn't get any reading done. So yeah, I'm kind of finding that right now personal life doesn't exist, and I'm struggling with that. But we'll see. we'll see how I can get it in. I know I want to spend more time like reading and doing other things. And like I said, I'm just struggling with the time management and how I am supposed to do all of it. Like how I'm supposed to work on physically working on my goals of losing weight and improving strength and all that kind of stuff. I have the concept that I want to do it. I know I want to do it. I know it's important, but finding the time to still do work and school is taking up so much of my time. And that's not a complaint or anything like that. It's just, I'm starting to really feel the pressure again of this is a lot. And I don't know how to do it while working full time. I wish I was part-time, but I can't afford to be part-time. So I just have to figure it out and get it done. And then probably crash and burn, which is hopefully not what I'm going to do. All right, but thank you for allowing me to ramble on with just sharing my thoughts just about life in general. And we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. Good morning, welcome back. I know I didn't record last night, but it is currently Sunday, January 12th. It's about 5:50 a.m. I am getting ready to read my Bible. Last night we did go to a meetup, so I did have some brisket. We brought 3 pounds of brisket from Bubbaloo's, but I still just wasn't feeling, just not feeling that, just emotional, all that kind of stuff. So, can't go anywhere without my buddy. All right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm gonna read my Bible and I gotta work. And then I really need to get back to attacking my goals. I'm not quite ready to tell everything that's going on, but put it this way, we got some bad news about my mom's health. Oh, buddy. And in light of the news that she got, I definitely need to make it a major priority to, to get down to my goal weight and shed all this extra weight to maintain my health and reduce my health risks. So it's going to be a lot of work on my part, especially in light of school. One thing that I know that I can add into my routine is some regular fasting, more than just the standard intermittent that I do. But I'm going to work on that. This week I'm going to do a 24-hour fast. I'll probably do that for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm going to extend it to 36, and then I'll go to 48. And my ultimate goal is to do 72 hours a week. Because as I've just realized, cancer is a huge, huge health risk in my family. It has affected, in some ways, almost every person in my family. Ghost. Stop, dude. So yeah, I want to keep my risk of developing that as close to as little as possible. I don't think there's going to be a 0, but I can reduce my risks by making sure that I'm metabolically healthy. And I need to go the last distance, and I need to lose that last little bit of weight, because this last little bit of weight does affect my metabolic health. And this year is about pursuing goals and being in transformation. So I have to put in the work. So we're going to do that. We're going to do I'm going to switch to a 16/8. Like, I'm going to track 16/8 fasts for a while. So I'll start that tonight after dinner. And then I'm going to do that fast on Friday. So for me, I think it's going to be easiest to eat breakfast Friday morning, and then I will fast till breakfast the next morning, and there will be my 24 hours. It'll help me with hydration, because I'm struggling with hydration and electrolytes too during this challenge, but it's going. So, all right, let's go ahead and read my Bible so that I can start getting ready to go. is done and I have a little bit of time, so I'm going to try and do some homework. I'll show you my lunch in a minute because Matt packed that for me. It's just leftover brisket. And then I'm going to get coffee. But I wanted to share some thoughts about my journey so far in Triple B and E. Besides the past few days where I had cream yesterday and I had chicken wings one night. Yeah, it's gone pretty good. But some thoughts regarding that is just, one, I noticed for me, about 150 grams of protein is where I feel best. The other thing that I've noticed since I made a change in the past several days is I was eating a lot of eggs at breakfast with some bacon and some beef. And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But I have discovered that if I lead with beef and eat the most of my meat as beef, as a nice fatty cut of beef, I eat less eggs. Excuse me. And I eat less bacon and things like that. So I've learned that I definitely need to lead with a nice fatty meat. And the other things are like add-ons, extras, and things like that. So that keeps me fuller longer, which is fantastic, especially going into the fact that I want to start adding in some regular fasting. I'm going to do the intermittent anyway. And it's usually about 16 hours. I don't track, but I'm going to start tracking that. Still don't really like tracking my food. I like to be conscious of what I'm eating, but I don't actually like to track by writing down, even though I technically, if you think about it, by sharing my food and what I'm eating with you guys, I am tracking that every day because I can go back and I can look and I can see what I've had on any given day. So I do technically track. The scale is moving downward, which is fantastic. I am still struggling with hydration. Yeah, electrolytes are not as easy for me when they're not sweetened. So I'm trying to spend some time thinking this week as I move forward, like, what do I want the next phase of my journey to my metabolic health to look like? And it's starting to take shape. So I know that I need to just strip down to bare bones. And here's what I mean by that. Triple B and E has shown me that there's a lot of food noise for me. There's a lot of food things like just desire to eat things, like, oh, I have Quest peanut butter cups. I haven't had one in a while. I can have that. Oh, I have this goodie. Oh, I'm going here. I want to have this little special treat. Even though everything is within the keto spectrum, it's creating a lot of food noise. And I'm listening to that food noise, whether I realize it or not. So Triple B and E has been extremely simple for me. I don't have to really think about anything. The choices are pretty much gone, which is not a bad thing from where I'm sitting right now with my crazy schedule and all my stress. It's one area of my life I don't have to worry about. I just eat beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. So it cuts away all that noise. But it's also shown me that I enjoy a lot of foods that are keto friendly on occasion. Like I will have Quest chips. I don't have them every day. I didn't have them every day, but I would have them occasionally. I would have like Quest peanut butter cups, all that kinds of things. So I've been spending some time thinking about that. Not that those items are bad and can't be had while on my journey. They can, but I don't think they are conducive to the goals that I'm trying to achieve. So I am going to definitely be stripping those away. One thing that I've been liking has been the one coffee experience. And I am going to carry that forward. The only thing that I allow during Triple B and E that's not water is caffeine-free tea, like an herbal tea. Because but even then I don't even have that every day. Ha, buddy. yeah, so I just want to strip away that. I want to keep things super simple. He's playing with his R2D2. I want to keep things super simple and just easy to maintain where I don't really have a whole lot of thought. So I know going forward, that is going to be carnivore. It's the easiest for me right now. Is it long-term sustainable for me? Not entirely, because I do like to have veggies and things like that. And I like my keto chow and stuff like that. And I want to enjoy those in the future. But I want to get to where I'm going with my goal first. And for me, I think the best way is to keep things super, super simple and very limited in ingredients. Not necessarily limited in amount. I am finding though that when I lead with beef, I do eat less throughout the day. Like if I start with eggs and things like that, I do want a meal sooner, and I can tend to eat more, or at least it feels like I'm eating more. Sorry, he's full of it this morning. He is feeling much better, and I'm rethinking my choice to not give him his gabapentin. I may give it to him because I do want him to rest for another couple of days. So they said 7 to 10 days. So, but anyway, I do want to strip away the rest of that food noise. So I am going to be focusing once Triple B&E is over, pretty much on Triple B&E. I will loosen some things up. I will allow some seafood. I like shrimp and things like that because I really enjoy shrimp. I know that for me, I want to, for the next phase, I'm not going to do sauces. Sauces can seriously trip me up. Not that they're bad and not that I do them often, because I don't. But I can eliminate them in the short term to help me get to my goal a little bit quicker. I'm not after it for huge amounts of speed. Sorry, it's first thing in the morning. My dogs are just my dogs, and I can't do anything about it at this point. But anyway, I do want to get to my goal quickly, but healthily, and I know that there are just those foods that I can overdo. Like sauce. It's easy to overdo sauce. It's easy to have more than 2 tablespoons of dressing on a salad. It's easier to have more than 2 tablespoons of buffalo sauce. And one of the things that I love is ground beef with buffalo sauce. But I want to, like I said, I want to keep it super simple. I think they're done barking now. But yeah, I want to keep it super simple moving forward. And then I'm going to focus on having one caffeine experience. I'm going to release that from just coffee. And I'm just going to say one caffeine experience, which will allow me to occasionally have Celsius and things like that. Caffeine / sweetened beverage. Might end up allowing 2 sweetened beverages, but right now I really don't think I'm going to, because that sweetened beverage could be just if I'm really struggling with electrolytes that day, I can have some sweetened electrolytes, or I could have my coffee with some sweetener, or I could have tea with sweetener, or I could have a Celsius, just one a day, until I achieve my goal. Well, I usually never really drink more than 1 Celsius anyway, but it would be, I'd have Celsius and occasionally coffee and things like that. So I do want to keep the caffeine down. But that is what I am going to be working on as I move forward with my goals. And hopefully you guys will enjoy that, because I'm just going to share my heart and share my journey. And yeah. All right, now I'm going to attempt to do like 20 minutes-ish of homework and try and get at least 1 journal article read, so I have less to do today. 4:30 shift today, so I'm not super hungry. So I'm packing some brisket. I'm gonna put 2 hard-boiled eggs in there as well. They're just gonna go in a bag, and then since no one's gonna be home till I get home, I'm probably just gonna shove the salt in there as well. I was looking for, I had a smaller container of salt. I have no idea where it went. But that is going to be my first meal of the day. I will try to remember to record it when I eat, but I'm really not supposed to record at work anyway, so I don't know if that'll get done, but that's what I'm taking for meal number 1. All right, so I'm gonna show you something funny. Sorry, my bedroom's kind of sort of a mess. But Ghost has learned a funny word that is a recall for him. So let me walk out and then I will turn the camera around. Maybe if he'll do this. Sorry, he knows I'm talking about him. So let's try this. All right. So how do you call a ghost? Banana. And then you get a ghost. All right, it is 7 o'clock. I have just finished filming Tuesday, getting ready to edit that. Today, I ate the brisket and 2 eggs split into 2 meals. That is the only food that I've eaten today. So I had the 2 eggs, I think, at like 5 o'clock. So I need to start my timer for my fast. Then I'm gonna try for 16, maybe 18. We're gonna see how it goes. And yeah. So that is going to wrap up this edition of the Joyful Life vlog. If you like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so that every time I upload a new video, you will be alerted to it. Have a wonderful and joyful night. Bye for now.